Aries, welcome to your August reading. I know I'm late as fuck, who cares? Let's just get into it, alright? Aries, I feel like the rest of August for you guys is super fucking positive. Like, just straight off the bat, as soon as I got into your energy, as soon as I started getting ready to do this reading, I just wanted to fucking dance. I just feel really, really good. I honestly feel like Aries, you guys have been fucking on this mission to feel better for months. And I think the end of August is helping that. I don't know if it's a change in the seasons. Us in Australia, we're having a very warm end to our winter, so a lot of us are feeling just better. And I feel like for my Aries out there, if you're in Australia, you know what I mean. I feel like the shift in this weather and the fact that it's sunny and it's feeling, you know, you're a fire sign, so the sun, hot, heat, all that sort of stuff really amplifies your magic and your essence. And so I feel like the end of August, you know, it's Leo season as well, so you know, it's making a trine to wherever you have Aries, which means that you're getting a bit of an amp. You're getting an amplification. You're getting a push in another direction, in the right direction. It feels really, look, we have Jupiter abundance, and that is so in alignment with literally how I'm feeling. Like, I just want to dance. I've even left my music on in the background. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I hope you kind of can't, because I think that the copyright thing might screw up if you could hear it, so I've kind of got it quietly just for myself to sort of hear if anything pops up. And I've never done that before. I'm just feeling so fresh. That's the energy. It's fresh. This is so fresh for you. And look, we have Grand Cross Provoker. So we just had a Grand Cardinal Cross at the beginning of August. So the beginning of August was probably, like, I say this all the time when I see this card, like being put in a pressure cooker or a fucking washing machine. It's kind of a little bit chaotic, and it's really quite confronting. It's really quite crazy. Grand Cross energy, and we had it in cardinal signs, which means Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. So you guys have really been having a lot going on astrologically, which has been really changing up, I think, your sense of optimism, your sense of looking forward to the future. I feel like you guys are really feeling a lot more optimistic at the end of August. I feel like all this pressure is literally turning you into a diamond, pretty much. I just feel like there's like, it feels like your heart, your life is cracking open with this Jupiter abundance. I'm just seeing that lightning bolt as literally coming in and just cracking somebody wide open. I just feel like it is your time. It is literally your time. We have the wounded child archetype coming up for you. The light attribute says awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. So you guys are forgiving your childhoods. A lot of you guys, you might even have kids yourself, or you're wanting to have kids, and I think what's really coming up in August is you just clearing out a lot of these dense old wounds and old patterns, old habits that you've literally held onto since childhood. I just heard the word orphan, so if some of you guys might have literally felt abandoned, even if you physically weren't actually abandoned by caregivers, it might have felt like you were emotionally orphaned. You know, like, no, I'm coughing. Like you had to emotionally nourish and take care of yourself growing up, and now I think you've come to a place in your life where you are feeling like you can finally emotionally nourish and care for yourself. That's what I'm getting. I'm giving this Jupiter abundance with the child wounded is literally giving, like, fathering yourself as well. Like, not even just mothering. I say mothering all the time, but I also mean fathering. You know, some of us had really nice mothers and different situations with our fathers. Some of us had really great fathers in different situations with our mothers. Some of us had both. So, you know, I feel like with this coming up, it's kind of asking you to look at both how you were parented by your mother and your father in childhood, and how you can now really sort of fill your own cup up with what you now as an adult see that you need, because you missed out on it then. The wounded child shadow attributes is blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, for a while, you might have been sort of stuck in limbo, because it almost feels like a lot of you guys had like a realization, like an awakening as to all the childhood shit that has affected your adult self. And it feels like for a little while there, maybe even for the beginning of this year, maybe even a bit longer, you know, teacher coming out. You've been needing to learn. You've been in an energy of being taught, essentially, I think, how you navigated certain dysfunction in your life and how that has manifested now that you're an adult in ways that are beginning to slowly sabotage and hold you back. I feel like the end of August for you Aries this month is just so jam-packed with just like go for it energy. Like, I just want to make things happen. I just want to go, especially with this Grand Cross. And then we have Venus love underneath that. So some of you guys, it could be love in general. Like you, you know, you're essentially coming into a lot more optimism when it comes to being able to attract a partner that feels right, a partner that feels like they're actually genuinely aligned with you. And for you guys that are in relationships, it feels like there is abundance coming into your existing partnership. It feels like all of this Grand Cross energy, all this pressure has sort of been waking you both up to changes that you both need to make and ways that you need to move forward, you know, and to sort of like, I'm seeing like gluing yourselves back together, like this I'm seeing Humpty Dumpty. Like he literally, how's it go? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. I don't know why that's coming up. I literally haven't heard that nursery rhyme since I was a kid, but I feel like this is you getting put back together again. Like, you're not Humpty Dumpty, you're not an eggshell. You're not fragile, so fragile that you fall and break and can't be put back together. You're being put back together. August is a really exciting month because I think that you've been on a path of wanting to forgive your childhood, wanting to forgive family wounds. Even, it might not have to do so much with parents, it might be teachers. Some of you guys had teachers who shat on you in high school, in primary school. You had peers, you had people who thought that they knew best for you. And I feel like August is really a beautiful time for you to release all that, to really let that go. I feel like the dysfunction that you've been experiencing, because it does with this Grand Cross, obviously there's been dysfunction, and I want to say that it's not just you Aries, it's fucking everyone, because we all experienced this Grand Cross at the beginning of August. So we had, there was a full moon in Capricorn, no, it was a new moon in Capricorn. Yeah, it was a new moon in Capricorn. It was a full moon in Capricorn. Listen to me go. Okay, so it was a full moon in Capricorn, and then we have North and South Node moving into Aries, and then we had the Sun in Cancer. So that created a grand cardinal cross. 4 different modalities in the zodiac, all sort of at the same degree, pushing each other, putting pressure on each other, because we had everything at 29 degrees. So that's not just crazy for you, although it will be affecting you more so. If you're a cardinal sign, which means Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, you will be feeling the pressure more so than others, purely because it's in your element. So Aries, look, we have the Strength card coming up for you guys straight away. This is you really winning your battles. I feel like you've been in a battle for a long time, Aries, and I feel like this month, or the end of August, is you winning this battle, and I feel so excited for you. I feel so proud of you. I literally just feel like the universe wants to commend you, and I'm seeing an ear. Like, I don't know why, I'm literally seeing this Jupiter symbol as an ear. So I feel like you guys have been listening. I feel like you guys have been paying attention. You've been listening to the voice of spirit and doing what you've needed to do, even if it's been really uncomfortable. Some of you guys have probably had to take a step back. You might have even been gaining momentum in an area of life, whether it was love, whether it was just purely your sense of self and self-expression, and then it feels like with this Grand Cross, something came and, like, you know, spanner in the works again, blew things up. Okay, now I need to sort of go back to square one a little bit and start working on this again. That's where it feels like you've been at, and now you are in an energy of being able to really run with this power, run with this, I think, excitement. It feels like excitement. Like, you guys really, I would be so shocked if you weren't already experiencing just, like, even if it's not all the time, but like occasional bursts of excitement. And like I was saying before, I feel like for some of you guys, you might have like slowed down a little bit, maybe in July, maybe in, you know, the beginning of the month, you've just sort of been moving a little bit slower, it's been feeling uncomfortable. That is because you've sort of needed to take a moment to rest. You've needed to take a moment to, I'm hearing like gather your bearings, like get, like sort of work out where you are at. I feel like there's just like been so much. Oh my god, look, we have the King of Wands, Five of Cups, and the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So it's just, it's really the end of August is really about you having a lot of clarity. It's you seeing things from a much, I don't want to say a different perspective, because I feel like this is so naturally happening. I don't feel like this is you staring there, sitting there and going, I need to change my perspective. This is a gradual, natural thing that's been happening for you, Aries. I feel like with this Five of Cups and the King of Wands, some of you guys have let go of people, of relationships, maybe even of dreams or ideas. Goals even that were not actually fully aligned with your purpose. You might have felt like they were, you might have thought truly that they were part of the path, but this Grand Cross is always going to come up to show us where we're really needing to put the energy in. That's why I keep saying it's a pressure cooker, because it's putting the pressure where things aren't right, where the foundations are shaky. So your foundations no longer can remain shaky, you know what I mean? You are looking for stability. Stability is the thing for you at the moment, Aries. You have the North Node in your sign, so that's automatically an activation for you to get your shit going, for you to get really aligned with where you know, spirit, with where the universe, with where your soul is directing you in the direction of. With this, the North Node being in Aries, I don't fully believe that like when the North Node moves into its sign that everything just all of a sudden happens. When we have a transit and we have a major planet or celestial body impacting our natal chart in, or just impacting anywhere, moving into another sign, you know what I mean? I think that it takes a little bit of time for us to physically feel or to physically experience the repercussions of that. I think it can be really subtle. So I don't want to say that like because the North Node's in your sign, like you're just going to see all these crazy changes. I think it's going to be subtle, to be honest. I think it's just going to be a subtle shift in you taking control over what you felt like you lost. I feel like you guys for a while felt like you'd lost more than you'd gained. And you have lost a lot. You've had to let go of a lot, but this is no more crying over spilt milk. This is no more sitting on the fence and being woe is me. Like I said with this child wounded, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So, you know, a lot of you guys have dealt with relationships in particular that really sort of impacted the way you saw yourself, the way you feel about yourself. And so with the Five of Cups and the King of Wands, the end of April, something might have happened in April. You definitely could have had something blow up in April, or, you know, that's when this Grand Cross came in, that's when things really got shooken up. But in August, you're getting a lot of that fire back, you're getting a lot of that charge back. It feels like it's like someone's just plugging an electric thing into the socket. It's almost like you've been unplugged. I'm seeing my hair straightener, like my hair straightener was unplugged for, you know, a month, and then I'm just plugging it back in and straightening my hair again, and you know, it's still got to warm up, it still needs to take a little bit of time. I can't just plug it in and expect it to work straight away and to, you know, straighten my hair gorgeous. But, you know, I give it time, I have more patience, you know. It's really about having patience with yourself this month. I'm going to answer my phone. Oh no, it just it just stopped ringing. So I'm going to get back to that because we're done with your reading anyway. I'm just going to make these videos 15 minutes because I have a tendency to go crazy long and I just don't want to do that to any of us anymore. So, guys, I really feel super excited for you. We're going to pull one more card from your inner child. Let's have a look at what your inner child has to say. And the funny thing is you're already having a lot of inner child stuff coming up anyway. But we have two kings here as well, and the strength. So all of your cards really are talking about a level of maturity that you're coming into that really is going to just bring so much change. It's going to bring so much change, but it's going to bring so much abundance. It's going to bring so much more lightness and blessings and just happiness and joy. I feel like this month is so exciting because with this lucky bunny, things are going to be working well. Things are going well. It says, I create my reality. So you are becoming way more conscious of your thoughts, of your ideas, of the way that your actions are manifesting your physical reality. Like, you're really taking that in stride this month, and you're changing the way you're interacting with reality. Jupiter abundance, I feel like for some of you guys, you felt really lackful. Even kind of felt like, you know, losing someone, losing money, losing a job. There's an element of loss here, whether it's a person, whether it's money, whether it's both. It feels like you've lost. And so Lucky Bunny is coming out in the end of August to say, the more you're starting to be optimistic, the more you're creating your reality again, the more you're putting the work in for you, the more you're confident, because the King of Wands is about confidence. The King of Wands is about knowing that he's the fucking shit. That anything that you want to touch, it's going to turn to gold, you know? It's giving me the Midas touch, turning lead to gold, turning everything to magic. You know what I mean? That's you. That's the power that you have. And this North Node in Aries, it's your fucking time. So this is why it's like, this is a motivational bloody speech to you right now, Aries. Get it done. You gotta go. Seasons of change. It says, I flow into change with ease and grace. This is my card of having to burn shit the fuck away. I set it on fire doing a reading for someone the other week. I literally now see this card. If this card comes out, this card says that you need to burn something to the motherfucking ground. Whether that's a belief system, whether that's a victim mentality, whether that's relationship, maybe it's a job, whatever that thing is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because you know what it is. As a tarot reader, I am not here to tell you everything. You are here, I mean, we're doing this symbiotically, you know. You're here to receive the messages as confirmation because you know these things already. You know, I'm not here to tell you anything different, and that's why I won't tell you, because you already know what it is that you're moving through. Anyway, Lucky Bunny, the last card we have is Grateful for the Storm. I am open to the blessings of the storm. So that's the thing, this storm, this Grand Cross, it has been a blessing. All this pressure, all this uncomfort, discomfort, this pain, all this annoyance, it has really been to bring you home to you. It's really been to wake you up. It's really been to, I think, root you and ground you and give you a sense of stability. In the past, you didn't see the red flags. I'm seeing this as you didn't see the red flags. You were allowing life to sort of happen to you instead of you getting out there and creating life. This is you being grateful for the fact that things did crumble, for the things that you had to lose, because the things that you lost are the things that are giving you the opportunity and the ability to gain everything, because what you're moving towards is so much happier, it's so much brighter, it's filled with so much more lightness and love than the past was. This is where your joy lies. Your joy lies in your sense of freedom and independence. You're a fucking Aries. There is nothing more important than for an Aries to feel like the pioneer and like to feel like the creator of their reality. You are the first sign of the zodiac. You start everything. You start the beginning of everything. So Aries, if you don't get out and do what it is that you need to do, if you don't start seeing yourself as the creator, as the manifester, as literally the person behind the wheel of your life, you will find that things will just keep happening. You will be stuck in the storm and you'll get lost in the storm. It's about being grateful for the storm, because now you see why things had to be the way they were, because you are never going to allow life to batter you around the way it did. It says live and learn. You've lived and learned. You have hurt yourself. You've been hurt. You've been, life has done its life thing. That's over now. I am patient with myself and energized by learning. So you're learning how to be on you. Last card is bet on you. It says, I have the resources I need to create the life I deserve. And you know that. It's true. So, you're learning. You've been on a huge, huge journey of learning. And now it's sort of time for you to step into the power of the teacher. Because you're no longer the student. You've been a student long enough. You've learned enough. It's time to step out in the next version, okay? So now I went over my 15 minutes, but that's okay. 20 minutes is good. I love you guys so, so much. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Let me know what's going on. Hit me up in the comments if you want to chat. To give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because it really helps to spread these videos to more beautiful souls out there. If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that through the link and head to my website. I think that's pretty much it. yeah, I love you guys so much. I really appreciate you being here with me. I'd like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, and all of the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments for allowing me to receive and to deliver this reading to you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one, Aries. Peace.